Volume 3 was wild. A shiny in under 2 hours? Like, come on, that was crazy. By far the challenge with the most potential to take an insane amount of time. But yet again, my luck stat saved me. Thankfully, though, that will be the last shiny that... Okay, I see how it is. On to the video. Now, the first thought that might come to your mind is 15 shinies in 12 hours? Is that even possible? And the short answer is yes, but realistically, it's no. It's a miracle I even got the first one. Trying to get 15 shinies with full odds in 12 hours is a fool's delusion, especially with the pre-3DS shiny chances. So the next thought would be, he wouldn't record himself failing the challenge and post it with an unsatisfying ending, would he? And while I do see the humor in that, I've worked way too hard to get to this point in as little time as I have. So no, I don't plan on failing this challenge at all. But as I said before, realistically, it isn't possible. Well, not legitimately at least. The challenge never said I couldn't dive into the code and give the chances a bit of a boost, so instead I disallowed myself from getting repeats, which only left about 2 to 5 different Pokemon unaccounted for, with most requiring me to go very far back to obtain anyway, which just isn't ideal, so I didn't go for them. Bianca was waiting for us in the gate, and she wants to have a battle. She wasn't much of a challenge though, and neither was Cheren, who was waiting to the same just outside the gate. I took my time exploring what I can of the desert and pillaging everything I could remember the location of and find, when I noticed that I actually have something that would have made this process far easier and way more prosperous. Wait. Don't I have the Dazzle machine? Oh my god. Yeah, okay. I didn't think about it. After I went on full autopilot and got every single item I could obtain in the desert at this point in the game, I finally decided to progress story, which leads us to more Team Plasma tomfoolery. This time they were harassing an old man, and after we sent them running, we took the old man's bike from him, which sent him running too. Then we meet in the amusement park, and he wants to share a romantic Ferris wheel ride with us. Sadly though, I picked the female character, so he doesn't flirt with us. He just tells us that he's the king of Team Plasma, and that Getsus is the one who offered him that position, so that he could save the Pokemon. Before I could silently stare at him until he walks away, the 2 Team Plasma grunts from before show up and totally ruin our moment. But he asks us to play along while he acts like a decoy so that they can escape, which they fall for. After the fight was over, he walked up to me and said this. Weird after date and post self-sacrificing response, but alright. I then realized that if I want to progress any further, all that's left is the gym, so I have to do the challenge now. I actually didn't do any research on if there was even 15 unique Pokemon to go for, so thankfully I didn't screw myself over by making that a rule earlier on, and then figuring it out late. I would have asked him to remake his challenge like I did for a few others, but I don't really talk to him anymore. So I figured I'd just honor his original challenge, even if it's not in the run-ending, tongue-in-cheek way he wanted. I also figured if I was here anyways, I would prepare for the future. I'm not just catching a bunch of Trubbish for no reason. Now finally having caught all of the shinies I needed, all I need to do is fight the gym. What's funny is I was just gonna count one of the shiny Trubbish as one of the 15 shinies, but I ended up miscalculating and getting an extra anyway, so it all worked out. I wanted Baller to be evolved at this point, but I think the XP share held him back too much. I honestly don't know why I was even using it. So I used a rare candy to net him his final push to evolution. And now, it's time for Elesa. It may not have been the most challenging challenge, but I still hope it provided a semi-enjoyable viewing experience. Going to be recording, editing, and uploading Volume 5 later today too. Going to start on it right after this uploads actually, so look forward to it. Until next time.